Hello aspirants, welcome to the session. This session I'm going to conduct for the people those who are going to write the mains in next few days. So we all know mains is in the corner and the first paper would be the essay. I chose to discuss essay because you would have joined many coaching institutes, you would have prepared enough content for the essay. But one thing, the basic thing that hardly taught in the essay in the coaching institutes, other coaching institutes, and also that people will forward, they will not see the notification. What UPSC exactly will expect it from you. And also essay is becoming nightmare for the many aspirants, many of them losing the cutoff, final cutoff because of the essay, and also they are not getting interview call also. I also got decent mark in essay, but I did some mistakes, so I learned from the mistake. Also, evaluating many copies through in last 2 3 months, where I come to know what are the common mistakes that aspirants are going to do, and it is not rectified. So, when you start the discussion, first we'll start with the UPSC notification. What UPSC will expect from you? You would have heard that when it comes to the essay, you need to create dimensions, that political dimension, social, economical, and others, technological, environmental, all these things. But if we see the UPSC notification, UPSC nowhere mentioned you need to create this dimension. They have given specific 4 guidelines for you. First is the candidate may be required to write essay on multiple topics. So multiple topics, 2 essay you need to write. One in section 1 and second in section 2. So they will be expected to keep closely to the subject of the essay. So this is the first guideline. You must keep your essay to the subject given. If they ask to write about the Karnataka, you must write about the Karnataka. You should not go and talk about the other states. So this is the how you keep your essay closely to the subject. Then arrange their idea in orderly fashion. So whatever the dimension will create, there should be flow. The ideas that you will arrange, there should be order. It's not like you're abruptly changing the dimension, or you are bringing now talking about the political. Suddenly you start talking about the economic. There will be smooth transition. Then write concisely. Okay, so you will have the word limit. You need to write in 1,000 to 1,200 words. So whatever you will write, it should be concisely. You should convey what exactly you want to tell to examiner. Then credit will be given to effective and exact expression. This is the most important guideline. Effective and exact expression. Okay, you should not telling about the other thing there. What you want to tell, that line, your paragraph should must strike to the examiner's mind. So this is the important guideline, and these guidelines, whatever I'm going to tell, this I got to know from my mentor, the Sunil Oberoi sir. He is the former IAS officer, and also he was evaluator in UPSC for the essay and ethics. So he used to tell me this particular dimension when it comes to the essay writing. So first is the we have see how to we need to keep essay close to the topic. So that we need to we'll see with example. So first we'll talk about the maintaining flow. So this is the basic aspect where the many aspirant will lose the marks. So maintaining flow, what you need to do when we'll change the dimensions. Dimension in the sense you wrote about the political aspect, now you want to go to economical aspect. There, write one transitional paragraph. Okay, in this transitional paragraph, you will summarize the first dimension. So summary of first few line, it will include summary of your previous arguments. And next line, next 2 or 3 lines, it will have the overview of next dimension. So this is the one ideal way and the easiest way to bring flow in your essay. So you can do this when you change the dimension. Second thing, when you will change the paragraphs. So if you're making the 7-8 paragraphs and if you're changing, like there is no, if you're not able to bring the flow between 2 paragraphs, so use the joiners that time. What would be joiners? You can use the hence, therefore, okay, although. So these kinds of word would be there. You can use the when you will change the paragraph. So it will help into bring the flow in your essay. So maintaining flow will, when you change dimension, write the transitional paragraph. When you change the paragraphs, use the joiners. And this is important because of the this one second guideline, that is your essay must be your ideas should be arranged in orderly fashion. And if you want to give the proper structure, then our flow in essay, you need to follow this guideline. Okay, so first is keeping the essay close to the essay. Now we'll discuss this with an example. This is the essay 2024 essay paper, UPSC 2024 mains essay paper. If you see this essay, I have, like, after mains also I discussed with many mains appearing students what essay they wrote. They told they have written this one. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Even I evaluated many copies where the students are writing essay on particularly this topic. Now, what exactly they will do? They will write for this one. There is no path to essay. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. And suddenly, what they will do in second dimension? Second part, what they will start? They will start countering the arguments. So this is the one of the inputs given in many of institutes. They will tell you the in first part write the arguments in favor, and second part bring the arguments against the topic. So what they will start doing? They will start doing there is path to happiness. They will simply tell, if you want to be happy, you need to follow this following aspect. They will talk about morality, sticking to the values, the social guidelines. Okay, then again the practicing mindfulness or minimalistic, many aspects they will talk about. So what they are exactly doing? They are telling there is path to the happiness. So if you see if you have written this, then you are indirectly countering essay only. So essay is telling, what essay is telling? There is no path to happiness. And what you are doing here? You are right. You are telling that there is path to happiness. And here you will lose the coherence with essay. And here you will start getting the less mark. And this is the one of the reason that I think the last year the essay score, average score came down because of this factor. Many of aspirants have written this essay on this particular topic, and they would have done this mistake, that they have written that there is path to happiness. They try to counter the essay. So this you should keep in mind. You should not do this. All over your essay, stick to this topic. Talk about there is no path to happiness. In first dimension, the second dimension, talk how the happiness is the path. Okay. So if you are bringing the other aspect, then you are countering essay and you will start losing the marks. So this is the one aspect how you will keep your essay close to the topic. So remember this thing. Second, if you are like, generally when you start studying about the essay, you would have heard how to create dimension. Apart from political, social, economical, then there is one more method. How they will tell? They will tell, ask the question to topic: what, why, and how. So these are the three questions you should ideally ask to the topic. Okay, take any topic and ask what is the to find out the theme. Ask what is that particular thing. Now the happiness. What is the happiness? Why the happiness is not part? How the happiness is? There is no part to happiness. So this kind of thing. But there would be certain essays where you need to choose which dimension you will follow among these all three. Okay. So if you are started talking about you are given equally important, like 30% on this, 30% on this, and 30% on this. So if you did this do this way, you are giving equal importance to all the automatically will lose the coherence with topic. How? I will tell you with one example. This is 2023 essay paper. Okay, so this 2023 mains I wrote. I got 105 marks, and it was below average because in test series everywhere, even Sunil sir used to give me 130, 135 marks. And when I saw my actual result, and that time I got to know I scored only 105 in essay. That time actually I shocked what happened exactly. But after that I started evaluating the copies of many as the mains appearing, also the other student, my mentees. So that time I find out this aspect becomes important. And same mistake I also done in 2023. So what I did that time, if you see, I chose this topic in second section. The first one, girls are weighted down by restriction and boys with demand. Two equally harmful discipline. Okay, so this is the topic. What I did in whole essay, this I wrote why the girls are weighted down by restriction. I talked about patriarchy. I talked about the cultural value, the political setup, the economical viewpoint I brought there. Other the social issue, social condition, the social order, lot of things I brought, and I focused on these aspects. Why girls are weighted down here also with demand. I focused on this aspect. Why? I wrote about the how, but major importance I given to why. And how also I wrote the two aspect I wrote. But if you see the carefully the essay, girls are weighted down by restriction and boys with demand. Two are harmful disciplines. If you see the essay carefully, you will understand what is demand of. They are asking how. This should be your focus. How the girls are weighted down by restriction and boys with demand. So this should be your focus. Whatever you write, 70% part should be on this. How? So you can explain with examples. You can bring the arguments and then concurrent with examples. But your focus should be here. This aspect. How? If you bring why, then obviously you will lose marks. And that is same happened with me. When I was evaluating copy, that I understood that where to use what, where to use why, and where to use how, and how this aspect to use. That is very important if you want to keep your essay close to the topic. So these are the four guidelines or four inputs that I wanted to give you. Other, you might have prepared the content. You might be ready for the upcoming the mains. I wish you best, and I will expect that you should keep in this mind. So if you want to cross the 120, 130, so let's stick to this basic aspect. Apart from whatever the content you have, whatever the strategy you develop to create dimension, let it be. We'll keep it that as it is, but don't forget these basic guidelines to score high marks. Thank you very much.